Well, I was virtual. I was.
Except Jeff hasn't had it, but you got
Yeah, we're in touch with someone.
You were exposed, right? Somewhere.
Well, Sophia tested positive.
Yeah, right.
But nobody else in the house was touched other than they've been 15 days at home.
I'd like to call this meeting to order, October 11th, 2021. Tonight, our invocation will be provided by Councilman Charles McCorkle, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilmember David Moore. If you would, please stand with me. The minister just walked in?
Yes.
Is Dr. Pearson here? All right. Well, Dr. A.T. Pearson of Mount Sinai Baptist Church will now be leading us in our invocation. Thank you.
Will you please bow your heads with me? Most gracious and eternal God in heaven, we thank you today for allowing us to experience and encounter all that we have. We thank you for your grace and for your wisdom and for your guidance. And that guidance we ask, God, that you would continue to usher in even in this meeting this evening. We ask, God, that we would be found faithful citizens of this community and that this council would be found faithful in their stewardship and administering the affairs of this community. We thank you for the sacrifices of all those first responders and individuals who helped to make our community the beautiful place that it is. And we ask, oh God, for your continued guidance and wisdom in how we can improve and enhance and make this town an even more equitable, beautiful place to live and to work. These things we ask in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Thank you. Next is to set the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to set the agenda. Motion by Ms. Shoemaker, second by Mr. Meadows. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. The motion passes. I would state before we get going here that there are sign-up sheets when you walk in the door. We have a public hearing tonight as well as unscheduled public comment. If you wish to speak in either of those sections, please sign up now. We will be getting there pretty soon. Okay? All right. On the consent agenda, we do have one change in the minutes under number 3, and that is that the minutes started out that Councilman Moore is attending that meeting virtually. He was actually present, so that is a mistake in the minutes, so we'll correct that. Are there any other questions or changes to the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Ms. Polish, second by Mr. Moore. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passes. I would ask the council to join me on the floor for our presentation for swearing in of firefighters Kevin Baynard and Austin Denise.
Good evening, Council, Mayor, citizens of Mount Holly. I'm the fire chief for the fire department, and this is an honor that I get to be a part of this. As the fire chief, it's a pretty important job, but it's nowhere near as important as the firefighters that make up our fire department. I couldn't be the fire chief without them, and they do an amazing job. Tonight, I've got 2 firefighters. I got firefighter Kevin Baynard and also firefighter Austin Denise. Guys, if you want to come forward. Firefighter Baynard is also a volunteer volunteer assistant chief with the Union Road Fire Department. So he comes to us with a vast knowledge and experience. He's been in the fire service since 2005, and his wife Tiffany will be pinning him here momentarily. And then firefighter Austin Denise started with us as a volunteer. roughly right at 1 year ago. And he has just recently completed his firefighter certification, and he's getting ready to start his EMT certification, and he is going to be transitioning into part-time for our department. So each one of these firefighters will be receiving a badge, and each badge has a specific number assigned to it. This badge number will go with these firefighters throughout their entire career. So if they hopefully make it up to captain and maybe one day even chief, their number will go along with them as they go. So at this time, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. If you would, place your left hand on your Bible and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of North Carolina against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, and you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a firefighter of the city of Mount Holly under the appointment of the city of Mount Holly to the laws of North Carolina to the best of your skills and abilities, so help you God? Okay, great. Thank you. I'd like, yeah, I was gonna. Oh, you're good, Chief. It's you, man. So we'll call Austin Dennis's family if they want to come up. You're more than welcome to come up. We got to have pictures over here, so clear out. There you go. Now, if you move over here, when he goes to pin it and you're on the side, you'll get a really good picture. Watch it. If you'll go over there, he can pin it from the side and you'll get a good picture while he pins it. There you go. They'd love to shake their head. You've never been photobombed by the mayor. My daughter doesn't think it's funny at all when I do it. Okay, Kevin Baynard's family. I told him we want the family because this is about family. It's not about one individual firefighter. When you join the fire department, the whole family joins. So, love for y'all to be up here. We got a lot of space over here.
Move over so you're not right in front of the door. There we go.
Abby, she might need your help.
She might.
She might. I think she's good.
There you go.
Got it.
Now you gotta shake their hands.
Absolutely. He said I am.
Also, I just wanted to point out that the photo that they were holding up there was his father who passed away earlier this year. So,
Oh, bless his heart. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry about your father. I know this was an important day. I'm sorry. Next item is a presentation of the Eagle Scout project for our Canine Agility Corps, Stephen and Bobby Olson. I think when the Canine is out, you do a lot of agility.
That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. I'm happy to introduce Stephen and Bobby Olson. They live in Maiden, but they attend Mountain Island Charter School. And these two young men are working on their Eagle Scout project, and they chose to help the Mount Holly Police Department with this very important piece of training gear, basically, that we really need, that's going to really help the city of Mount Holly provide better service to our citizens. And we really appreciate, it's a lot of hard work. And I think you're going to find that these two young men are really dedicated citizens, and I'm really happy that they chose Mount Holly and the Mount Holly Police Department for their project. Gentlemen, if you'd like to step up and maybe go over the project real quick. I think we do have a slideshow here for you.
I told them we'd smile at them so they wouldn't be so nervous.
Okay. So my name is Stephen Olson. I'm sorry, I'm bad at public speaking. I'm Stephen. I attend Mount Island Charter, like Chief Don Roper said. We're currently both with Troop 70. We're actually twin brothers. If you can't tell.
Hard to tell that.
Yeah. His name is Robert, but he goes by Bobby. My project specifically is I'm making the 6 search and rescue boxes for the Canine Agility course. The boxes are used for the dog's training to help the dog with any scent or sniff out scent or any human hiding, say like a closet. The boxes simulate stuff like that. Then I'm also, which is included in my project, is I'm donating a canine trauma kit to the Mount Holly Police Department as well, because they currently only have 2 and they have 4 dogs. So I'm donating one, and he as well. Yeah.
So good evening, Mayor, City Council, guest, staff. I'm also building 6 canine agility hurdles. That's a fancier term we're using because the other terms were horrendous. So mine, we're building 6. So they mimic, they all mimic white picket fence, brick wall, a bush-like one, a window, a blank, a door. There's multiple other ones, but there's 6. I can't think of them. But they all mimic real life scenarios that they the dogs and the handlers could encounter on the job. But it helps train them so they become more vigilant and more responsive in their behavior. And then also with my Eagle Scout project, I have a donation of a canine trauma kit. As he said, there's 2 out of 4. Here they are. Here's so Hondo, Buzz, Cash, and Hank. I don't know which one has which, but our job is to get all of the canines their canine trauma kits because they're vital for their
And I'd like to add the canine trauma kits. They have. I'm just going to go briefly what they are. The trauma kits help the dogs in case of an emergency. Say something went wrong during a call. The handler has the equipment to save the dog's life in case if something were to happen. But these canine trauma kits are essential, in my opinion, just because they have the capability of saving the dog's life, and basically, I don't know where I'm going with this. Just so they save the dog's life and everything else. They have like a tourniquet, a Narcan for any drugs, and the list goes on. But these canine trauma kits are essential for the dogs to have, especially in the field on a call.
It helps our officers also by you guys doing that. It helps our officers to be more confident putting those animals in these situations that otherwise a person, one of our officers, would have to go to. But it also gives them confidence that if the dogs get in trouble, that with these kits, that we'll be able to help the dog as well. And I'd also like to point out Sergeant Austin Cox has been their scout project manager and advisor.
Yes, sir.
And if Sergeant Costa, if you'd like to come up and just say a few words. These guys have been awesome, and I think they've made a great impression on the department and Sergeant Cox as well. Just real quick, if you have a word there, Sergeant.
Yeah, I'll go through the slideshow right quick, and it kind of breaks it down. I don't know if you're familiar with the property that the water treatment plant's on at the corner of Mountain Island Road and Mountain Island Highway. There's an open area back there where we currently have some items that we use for the Canine Agility course, and that's where this new stuff will be. Like right now, we do have a catwalk. This is one of the hurdles. Simulates like a window or opening in a door. The top picture is the box that he's talking about. Those 6 boxes simulate whether somebody's hiding in a bedroom or a closet. Picket fence, the green one simulates like a row of hedges. Brick wall, chain link fence, an A-frame, a crawl. And like they were saying, you know, all these kind of simulate things that we would encounter on the road with a dog. So it's just going to make us better prepared for real life scenarios. They're multifunctional, multi-purpose, so it's going to be a huge asset to the police department and the city. And we really appreciate it. We really appreciate all y'all are doing. There's the property, and just that open area behind the water plant there is where we do a lot of our agility training.
Cool. Great.
That's it.
Well, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
I just want to mention one more thing. You know, when we think about the canines and we think about looking for suspects, I also want to do a plug too that what these gentlemen are helping us with, missing persons, a missing child. It's not always just, you know, they're looking for the bad guys, but they help in so many ways in the community. So these guys choosing us and helping with this, it's going to make the service that we provide to our citizens a lot stronger. So we really want to thank them a lot. So thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Next on the agenda is a presentation from the North Carolina chapter of the American Planning Association for the Mount Holly River Hawk Greenway as being a great state award winner for a great healthy place. Mr. Beal.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for council. I'm just going to quickly turn it over and introduce Jessica Rossi from the awards committee for the North Carolina chapter of American Planning Association. It's a great honor to receive this, as you know. But Ms. Rossi, take it away.
Sure. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me tonight. My name is Jessica Rossi. I am an immediate past chair of the awards committee. I'm still an active member, and I actually am a senior planner and economist with Kimley Horn. I've known Greg for a good long time now. So I was really excited to be able to come and present this award tonight. So I want to make sure I get everything in, so I brought some notes with me. So our awards committee reviews dozens and dozens of awards each year, and individual communities submit awards. We have 4 Great Places categories, one of which is Great Healthy Place. And we also have a number of just general planning awards where we review comprehensive plans, small area plans, transportation plans, you name it, we read it. And so the APA awards program recognizes the places, the people, the projects that represent the highest standards of achievement in the North Carolina planning community. Our awards are presented annually. We usually do it at our conference. This year, unfortunately, it was virtual. And nominations are reviewed by our panel of independent planners from across the state. And truly, I can't say this enough, the awards signify the highest standards of achievement for planning in North Carolina. And so I was really excited to get a chance to review the Riverhawk Greenway. And that was chosen as our only Healthy Place full award recipient for 2021 from the North Carolina American Planning Association chapter. So congratulations.
Yeah, we'll give it to the mayor.
We showed up and with the shirts on. With the shirts. This is perfect.
Thank you. Thank you for all your work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to see.
I was that way in the first one.
Well, obviously, that's a culmination of work of many people, citizens, Malley Community Development Foundation, the Friends of the Greenways, city councils over the years who support our greenway system, and certainly our planning department. So thank you so much. Next up is an update on the grant received from Beyond the Call of Duty for a commemorative motorcycle honoring Officer Tyler Herndon. Chief Roper.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of council. So you guys may remember that in July that the members of the Call of Duty visited the Mount Holly Police Department. Call of Duty is it's a 501c3. It's a nonprofit organization, and it's what they do is they go across the country and they raise awareness to first responders that have been lost in the line of duty. And they actually went by, and they're still in the process of it, and it culminates this week at the National Police Memorial in Washington, D.C. They go by every police department in the U.S. that lost an officer in the line of duty the previous year. So with Officer Herndon being killed in the line of duty in December, they came and visited the Mount Holly Police Department. They started in, as you see, they started in Spokane, Washington. They drive across the country and visit each one of the departments. They ride motorcycles during the ride, and they have a trailer with a photo and the bio of each officer that was fallen. At the visit here at the Mount Holly Police Department, we learned that one of the things they do each year is they also offer a motorcycle, a fully equipped police motorcycle, to one of the departments that lost an officer the previous year. And there's a process by which they go about choosing it, and we became aware of it at that event here at the Mount Holly Police Department. And I'll let Deputy Chief Reagan go from there and explain a little bit about the process.
Mayor, Council, so when they announced that to us, Sergeant Terry and myself began working on the application for it, and it consisted of talking about Tyler, talking about what Tyler did for the community and for the police department and what type of person he was, as well as what we were going to utilize the motorcycle for. So in that application, you know, we put that we would obviously use it for traffic needs. We have a 2-man traffic unit, and we would be able to let them utilize the motorcycle as well, but we'd also stripe it to commemorate Tyler and use it for special events and things like we're using his car for as well, like the parade and things like that. So we had no idea. There was 68 entries across the United States. So on Saturday, the 18th, I believe it was, we got a call that we were in the final 3. And when Derek called me, I was like, oh, they're just trying to make us feel good. And he was like, I don't know, they sounded pretty promising. I was like, okay. He said, well, they're going to call back tomorrow when they make the final decision. They were going through the applications one last time and make their decision. And so on Sunday, he called and said that we had won the motorcycle. And I saw it when it was here, and I personally own a Harley Davidson, so this is a $35,000 motorcycle, fully equipped. Very nice. I mean, they don't come any nicer than that. It has everything that we need on it, so we were blown away. We were blown away. So we've I'll go to this picture right here. This was some of the riders of had fallen loved ones that was in the trip that came through. That was actually a picture of Tyler on the side of the trailer. Here's some command staff with some of the survivors as well. And that's the type of motorcycle it is. It has the tour pack and all the extras on it straight from the factory. And they asked us if we were selected to go ahead and submit the graphics that we would want on the motorcycle. So I kind of went old school with it. That's called the teardrop there on the tank, like the police departments used back in the 70s. So we went with that, as well as honoring Tyler through his saying on there and his badge and a couple other things. But it's just, I mean, it was really overwhelming to been selected for that out of 68 entries across the United States. And his mom and dad are just, they're blown away as well. And so what they've done is they've went ahead and had the striping and everything put on the motorcycle. So we leave for Washington on Wednesday for the National Memorial. And on Saturday at the service, they're going to unveil the motorcycle then, and they'll deliver it to us on their way back through after the service. So it's really touching to have been selected for that.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a great way to honor Tyler and the police department, but that's great. Thank you for the work you did for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next is a public hearing regarding a request by Lehigh Holdings for a rezoning of 7.88 acre tract of land at 300 Woodlawn Avenue. Brandon Livingston.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The owner of the Woodlawn Mill, Roger Lovelet, submitted an application for a conditional district rezoning for a mixed use. The property has been listed for sale and there have been interest, but a limitation that Mr. Lovelet expressed was the current zoning of light industrial due to the district's limited allowed uses. The mixed use zoning could allow for multifamily, offices, retail, breweries and distilleries, brew pubs, art studios, restaurants, and indoor recreational uses. There is no intended users at this time, but we are encouraged that the owner is willing to be proactive to amend the zoning. The mill was identified in the 2018 Strategic Vision Plan, and Mr. Lovelet participated in the planning process so that a publicly supported plan can better align with a private property owner's vision. The public involvement meeting was held on September 29th from 4 to 6 p.m. with 3 members of the public in attendance. The overall feedback was positive, with one comment that a neighbor wanted to assure that no government housing would be approved, and no government housing has been approved for this rezoning. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of the rezoning request at last Monday's meeting, and this was based on the future land use plan encouraging the development of distinct mixed-use districts, promote opportunities for additional retail and restaurants, and the continued leverage of arts as a placemaking initiative. And Mr. Lovelet is also here to speak if needed.
Do you want him to speak before the public hearing, or only if we
That's
have
fine.
questions?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you're good with. I don't have a preference.
Okay. Well, we'll be happy to hear from Mr. Lovett here, if he wants to come up.
I'm Roger Lovelet, and I'm the owner of the mill, and it just seems that the rezoning would be a good thing both for Mount Holly and for the mill. And other than that, it's pretty obvious that it'd be a good fit to have something happening out there that kind of went with downtown. That's pretty much it.
Okay, great. Thank you. Entertain a motion to go out of our regular meeting into public hearing. Motion by Ms. Shoemaker, second by Ms. Polish. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. We are in our public hearing. There's no one signed up for the public hearing, so I'll entertain a motion to go out of our public hearing back in our regular meeting. Motion by Ms. Shoemaker, second by Mr. Meadows. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passes. Does council have any questions for Mr. Livingston or Mr. Lovett? Does council wish to take action? Mr. Meadows?
I'd like to move approval.
All right. Motion by Mr. Meadows, second by Mr. Moore. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
It won't always be that easy, Brandon.
That was pretty easy because it made a lot of sense. So thank you. Appreciate it. We don't have anybody signed up for public comment. Under new business, consideration approval of a bid for the Tuxedo storage building. Mr. Jusko.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The Tuxedo Park storage building, the bid was for a 30 by 80 storage building that's going to be placed behind the current Tuxedo Center. It was initially advertised on August 15th. The pre-bid meeting was held on August 31st. The first bid opening was scheduled for September 16th. We did not get enough bids at that time to open them. We re-advertised on September 17th, and on September 27th, we were able to open up the following 2 bids. We got 2 bids, one from Custom Building System and one from Miles McClellan. The storage building from Custom Building Systems was $291,900. From Miles McClellan, it was $360,372. The contingency, which was 15%, was $43,785,000 for custom building, and $54,056 for Miles McClellan. The total bid for custom building was $335,685. For Miles McClellan, it was $414,428. As you can see, custom building won the bid. We had a project management team of myself, Jeremy Moss, and Jonathan Wilson, and we recommend, along with the acceptance of the total bid, to accept alternate 2, which is the removal of the old existing shed for a cost of $2,200. And custom had expressed to us that because of material supplies, it will not be done until May 1st.
Does council have any questions for Mr. Jusko?
Just
Moore.
the roof, or we're going to go with the white roof instead of the green roof?
We're going to go with the green roof to match everything else.
Match. Well,
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, that's the question I had.
What was the budget for this?
$360,000.
Okay. So it's under budget?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Jusko? Does council wish to take action? Mr. Moore?
Move forward with this project.
Okay. We have a motion to move forward, second by Ms. Polish. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Next item is closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A, 3, 5, and 6. I need a motion to go. Mr. Moore, second by Ms. Polish. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passes. We're in closed session. We will go in the conference room. We're going to need the television in there